So when it comes to Shopify, there's all kinds of brands out there, from selling clothes and electronics, all the way to selling weed, fizzy drinks, protein bars, and who knows what else. And it's crazy to see how many of these brands are insanely successful to the point where they're literally making millions every single month, selling the weirdest products. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you a Shopify store that does over $1 million a month selling cereal. Now, you've probably never heard of that. I hadn't heard of that myself until I came across this store. And even though we've done a lot of reviews of e-commerce brands on this channel in the past, this one's just gonna be a little bit more special because it's such a unique brand, and personally, I'm in love with it. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. But before we do, if you do learn something from this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video. I did start a series recently where I'm building a Shopify brand from scratch, and we've actually already gotten our 50th order, so update video on that coming soon. But make sure that you're subscribed to the channel with notifications on and that you like the video. But here's a store that we're gonna be sort of case studying now. It's called Magic Spoon, and like I said, they literally sell cereal. So they sell cereal for adults. It's healthy cereal that tastes too good to be true. That's sort of their slogan. And as you can see, their site is really clean. In my opinion, it does give me like a little kid vibe. Like, it kind of taps into the child in me. For some reason, that's the vibe that I get. And as you can see, they got all kinds of flavors. They got fruity, variety, peanut butter, cocoa, cinnamon, frosted, blueberry. They're doing everything. And personally, what my favorite thing is so far is the site. I love these little things, and you can actually click them. I absolutely love interactive sites. I actually reviewed a website called Recess in the past, and they sold a CBD drink, and it was quite similar to this. This is actually a huge website design trend right now, is having like interactive elements in your website, and it's probably really expensive to set up, so I wouldn't recommend it. But you can still model your website even with a free theme after some of these brands. Just try to make it a little more happy and energetic with the colors and the fonts, obviously depending on what your brand is about. Like, that's what this brand is about. It's about cereal, which is fun. It's like a nice little breakfast alternative, and as you can see, they have a picture of the cereal with coffee. They're fucking smart, man, because they know that they're targeting adults with this. No kid is gonna be drinking coffee with their cereal. I mean, maybe nowadays they will, who knows. But anyways, their site is really clean, as I said. So let's look at the proof real quick. We're using similarweb.com, which is a Chrome extension that I use basically on every single one of these types of videos. It's free, which is great. And as you can see, in April, they did 1.26 million monthly visitors. In the e-commerce space, the standard visitor to sales ratio is 1:1, so $1 per visitor. So with that estimate, we can say that they're easily doing over $1 million a month. And quite honestly, I think they could be doing much more than that. I think this is a conservative estimate, but what I admire the most about this brand is just their attention to detail when it comes to their branding, like even down to their add to cart button. It's literally like a hat, like a magician's hat, which really goes well with the magic aspect of this. And I really love the magic aspect because they're creating a cereal that is actually not that unhealthy, which traditionally cereal, that's the biggest problem. I mean, everybody loves it. Shit is amazing, but it's really bad for you. I mean, it has so much sugar, and sugar is really bad. So there you go. And then their explore tab, let's see what this us versus them is. I'm really curious. This is actually some really interesting marketing right here. So they have an us versus them tab, and let's read it. Remember the carefree days of childhood when you didn't feel guilty about eating mountains of cereal with questionable nutrition? Well, now you can have your cereal and eat it too. We re-engineered that same great taste with grown-up ingredients for a game-changing cereal 2.0. See how we stack up against the others. Okay, so they got more protein, they got way less carbs, no sugar, gluten-free. Damn, okay, this is pretty amazing. I'm actually kind of impressed. So let's see, our sweet little secret. We use a natural blend of monk fruit, stevia, and allulose. Allulose is a rare sugar found in things like figs and maple syrup. It tastes just like regular sugar, but has almost zero glycemic impact and almost 0 calories. Damn, that actually is pretty clever. I mean, go Magic Spoon. I'm definitely gonna try some of this. So when you click shop now, it takes you to their variety pack. Obviously, you can pick individual flavors, and apparently you can only buy this in cases, which personally I think is really smart of them, because this way they're actually able to get higher average order values, which will really help them scale. I mean, I'm sure out of this $39, 4 boxes probably cost like $6 or something like that to make. I could be totally wrong. I mean, obviously with research and development, it's probably more than that. But even if it costs $10 max, selling only 1 box, they would have to charge like $10 $10, but it would probably cost them like $6. But I'm sure as they scale, as they sell more boxes per order, it actually helps them save a lot of money. And I've been seeing that myself with this new brand that we're starting and documenting, because when people order multiple products from us, you can actually send everything out in one order, which makes your costs way cheaper and making those orders way more profitable. So this is kind of the secret to scaling your business, is actually optimizing the back end of your business. And this is something that nobody really talks about that much, because nobody really knows how to do that. I mean, I think a lot of the Shopify people here on YouTube, including myself, we're more geared towards the front end of the business, like the marketing side of things and the branding, at least me, but I've never taken the time to focus too much on optimizing offers until now. And I truly see the impact that it's having not only on our profitability, but also on our customer satisfaction, because people love getting a good deal. So as you can see, you can either pick a variety pack or pick an individual flavor, but regardless, you have to get 4 boxes. So that's really interesting. And then you can also choose to do a subscription, which actually makes it much, much cheaper. It makes it $35 a month instead of just $39. So if you're addicted to this stuff, this is what you got to go to, because you're going to be saving like 20 cents on each bowl of cereal, which if you ask Graham Stephan, that adds up pretty quick. So another thing I really love is their rounded buttons. I think this looks super clean, and just their clean little try risk-free 100% happiness guaranteed thing. I just saw this spoon move. Okay, so as you scroll, it moves down. Very cool, super interactive. So yeah, this is just an amazing landing page. It's so clean, and they go straight into the reviews, and they actually have an FAQ last. Honestly, I think a lot of people tend to put this sort of stuff before reviews, but I think it's really smart to put it after the reviews, because to be honest, reviews are what people look for right away. I don't know if you've ever shopped online, but you feel much safer and more confident in a purchase when you've actually taken the time to look at the reviews and see how other people feel about whatever it is you're about to buy. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about here is the emails that they send out, because this is a huge part of building the back end of your business, and something that I didn't take too seriously until literally 2021, which kind of sucks because it means that I've left so much money on the table on so many past brands. But as you can see, their subject line is pretty clean. It's just, you might be a winner, ... This was their pop-up. It said like you have a chance to enter a contest when you give your email. So that's kind of clever. It's really intriguing, and it makes you want to put in your email. As you can see right away, they got some dope images. Do you believe in magic? Magic spoon, pretty clever. Meet the breakfast of your dreams. We recreated your favorite childhood cereals without the junk. So it's basically selling the product even more. That's literally all this is. But I love how they do it. It's so concise. It's literally like a Facebook ad, but in an email. Like, you got your headline, you got your subject matter, but in just like one clear sentence, and then you got your call to action button, and then just a few testimonials. That's literally it. So super clean. Now, the next thing I want to look at is their ads. But before we do that, I want to talk about something. So if you have an e-commerce brand right now, whatever it is, and you want to scale that brand, make sure you check out the third link in my description. It's a link to my good friend Jonathan's email marketing agency, which honestly, after going through their onboarding process and working with them for a month, is gonna blow up this year. This guy has the most impressive agency that I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. I've worked with so many agencies in the past, and I've never been so impressed by someone's willingness to satisfy their client, and also just by how results driven they have been. So this is basically everything that they do. They made one of my brands go from 15% revenue from emails to 30%, which is actually insane. And this is the stuff that you need in order to be super profitable and really be able to scale the amount of money that you spend on ads. Like, the back end of your business is so essential, and something that I've neglected for so long, but probably would have made the biggest difference in terms of how high I could have scaled a store. And I'm sure it'll be the same thing for you guys. So make sure that you go check that out. Jonathan is my good friend. As you can see, he's got me on the homepage. Such a nice guy. And I actually did do like a sort of podcast video with him on my channel that you can check out. I'll link it right here if you want to check that out. It's a really good conversation. So if you are an e-commerce brand and you are interested in something like that, make sure you go check that out. I promise you won't regret it. But moving on, as you can see, they have great social media presence, which is for sure something that helps them scale and be extremely profitable. I noticed that on their website, they only link their Instagram and Facebook, which is, in my opinion, pretty smart. A lot of brands just try to cover so much ground that they probably end up spreading themselves pretty thin, especially if they're a small brand. So I think it's smart to just focus on your main social media channels that are working and just go all in on those. Obviously, I still think TikTok is probably a really good place to spend a lot of time if you have a brand that appeals to a younger demographic, but clearly Clearly, Magic Spoon is not appealing to teenagers or college students or anything. It's kind of an expensive product. They're appealing to millennials and adults that want alternative choices for the food that they grew up loving. And as you can see, they get great engagement on Instagram. They're actually killing it on here. Their Instagram page looks like an extension of their website, which is really smart and very, very congruent on their part. And same with their Facebook. Their Facebook page has a lot of likes. They got a phone number on here. They got their email. Everything is just so clean and well set up. Like, how wouldn't you trust this brand? You know what I mean? This is one of the things that people in drop shipping don't really understand. They just kind of rush everything, and then their brand just looks really spammy and not trustworthy. So then they don't get any sales. Make sure that you're taking the time to make your stuff look clean and presentable so that people are actually able to trust your store. So many people have been scammed by drop shipping stores that they're becoming more and more wary of where they shop online. So make sure that you're running a good business. But here we are. Here are the ads that they have active right now. So apparently they have over 340 different ad creatives active at the moment. So that makes sense as to how they're able to scale so fat. I mean, if you're running that many ads, chances are you're spending at least like 5K on ads or something like that per day. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. Maybe they're not, but it seems that more and more brands are starting to dump a ton of money into ads. So let's check out one of these. This one is in story format, so let's check this one out. What is this sorcery? It tastes like ordinary name brand breakfast cereal. Oh, damn, this is a clean ass ad. It's just a testimonial ad. So it's just a testimonial ad in story format, and it looks super clean. I wonder if they use this for cold traffic or if they're using this for retargeting or both. But let's look at this next one. Okay, so this is the same, but it's just in a different format. This is in 4x5 format, which is actually feed format, and it's the one that looks the biggest on the feed. So this is a really nice ratio to use. This one is story only. That's actually pretty smart to segment the two. I actually might end up trying that because usually I just run one or the other. These ads are so aesthetically pleasing. I really, really love them. I would literally shop if I saw this ad. It would at least intrigue me enough to check out their brand. So they got an amazing front end and back end. Like, there's no way these guys can lose. I swear. Okay, so now for this ad, they're just using their branding, but they're doing like a trust sort of ad. So they put a article that they were featured on. That's so smart. I've never thought of doing something like that, but they obviously added their sort of branding on it to make it stand out. Really, really clever. These guys are crazy. 4 signs you need Magic Spoon. You often skip breakfast. You get brain fog after meals. You have dirty pants before noon. You find yourself mindlessly munching on carbs at night. These are pain points that they're using in order to sell you. Wow, they are geniuses. Those are actually really good ones, because that's one of the most clutch things about cereal that you miss as an adult. It's how quick you could pour that shit up and eat it before work or before a workout or whatever it is. And this is a really genius ad. I actually might copy this format because it kind of seems like a value post. It doesn't even seem like an ad. It's almost just giving you value on how to have like a better morning, and then they're pitching their product at the end. That's so smart. Okay, no sugar, high protein. Okay, so this is another testimonial ad, but this time they're using actual reviews from their store, so it looks a lot cleaner, in my opinion at least. One way Magic Spoon saves you time. 0 prep time, no cooking and cleaning, never worry about what's for breakfast, delivered to your door, reduces brain fog from carbs. So this is basically the same as this story format one where they featured the pain points that they're solving, but it's just in 4x5 format, and they're using a completely different video, but it's the same idea. Say hello to Magic Spoon, healthy cereal that tastes too good to be true. So they're also using sort of like drop shipping style formats. This is sort of what most of you guys are probably used to seeing in terms of ads, just like straight up footage with straight up text over it, but they still made it look really well branded. And this is actually such a good example for how you should be creating your video ads. So you can still use the same old format that you're probably used to, but just make sure that you use the right fonts, the right voice, the right words, and the right colors. I mean, such little things like that are gonna make such a big difference. And I've made so many videos on making video ads exactly like this one, so I'll link that right here somewhere so you can check it out. But this is the stuff that you need to understand more than anything, is to make your ads properly. I mean, that's how you're hooking people into your brand. So you need to keep them on a straight straight path that is congruent. So honestly, if we look at all their ads, we're literally gonna be here all day. So I'm probably gonna wrap it up right here. But this brand was absolutely amazing. And like I said, I'm really excited to try out some of their cereal. I'll let you guys know how it is. But I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and drop a like. I'm still documenting the growth of this brand that I'm starting from scratch. So if you haven't been caught up in that series yet, it'll be linked in the description. I made a playlist for it and everything. We only got 2 episodes in it so far, but the 3rd one's gonna be massive. So make sure you turn on notifications for that. And then the last thing is to make sure you check out the Netsphere community. It's basically my course / Facebook and Discord community. You can kind of think of it as a Patreon, but with way more value. And then of course, check out Jonathan's agency. It's linked in the description as well. If you have an e-commerce brand, get on a call with him. It's totally free and it's a no-brainer if you're looking to scale. But with that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Nike's on my feet, keep my cipher complete like